Yeah.
So you were asking about the future of symplectic topology.
Yeah.
For one thing, I think that algebraic topology has had a comeback. I mean, what happens to fields is that there's a great flourishing, and then people prove wonderful things, and it gets too complicated, and people give it up for easier things for a while, when it's not being fed by new accessible ideas. But then sometimes there are new problems, there's a new way of looking at things, new ideas coming in, and there have been huge, wonderful advances in algebraic topology recently by Michael Hopkins and other people solving some problems that really hadn't been accessible. So, and that has revived a field. And what revives a field is just a different way of looking at things, new insight, a way of understanding the complications so they become manageable, and instead of having a morass of detail that you have to understand, you can just absorb it in some conceptually easier way. And of course, symplectic geometry has had a huge amount of very talented people contributing great ideas to it, and it sometimes seems as though it's getting to the information overload stage. And in some aspects of it, it is. But we're always hopefully saying, well, you know, it's like the early days of homology theory, when people had all these complicated theories, and somebody will come along and sort of clean it up and make it more accessible again, because you won't have to deal with all these grungy details. And that really may happen. So, I mean, there's still wonderful new approaches, I mean, being fed into symplectic geometry that have, you know, people are honing in. There's this very concrete conjecture about what Lagrangian submanifolds can be close to another, the nearby Lagrangian conjecture. And people are getting new, really geometric results for that from hugely abstract techniques. So I'm quite hopeful that there is a future for it in this sort of flourishing. And then, you know, it might die away a little bit and then flourish again. Of course, it might not, but it's always hard to say. It might just get absorbed into other ways of looking at problems.